You want to say hi?
Hi.
What's your name?
Rotonwda.
Oh gosh.
Can you see it?
Maboneng. Did I say it correctly?
Yeah. Yes.
It's like the artsy part of town.
Yeah. Maboneng means
Rotonwda. Did I say it right?
Rotonwda.
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 Rotonwda. My tongue will not allow me to ever get your name. Rotonwda. It's spelled like Rotonwda though.
Yes. So that's how you should say it. Rotonwda. So Rotonwda.
Rotonwda.
Yeah.
Almost.
Which salad would you like?
What kind of salad is there? What's the best one to get? I want the most South African one you can give me. Pop the entire time I've been here because I feel like it's gonna taste like gari or fufu. I'm pounded yam. It's like every African country has a starch that they just smash up, and I don't like the texture of it. Like I don't even like mashed potatoes. Just try it. The South Africans swear their pop is better than fufu.
It's much better than
I do not like fufu.
I don't like fufu either.
So, Rotonwda. Roto.
Yeah, it's fine. You can call me that.
And my tongue just doesn't. I have a list.
Yeah. No. Rotonwda.
Anywho, she's convinced me. Finally try some pork chicken steak and some other shit. And some verse. Yes. In America we call worst, like bratwurst. It's worst.
This is steak. This is chicken down there, and some horse and relish, and potato salad and chocolate.
What's chocolate? Lentil?
No, it's beans, carrots, curry powder, yeah. The sauce is very sweet. It doesn't taste like curry or She doesn't like it.
It doesn't taste like anything.
Yeah, exactly. It's not like curry.
It's very bland, and it's a little bit denser, so it's not so bad. But
Yeah, I mean like fufu. Oh my god, I can't stand fufu.
it's not my food of choice. But no. What is this? This beef?
That's chakalaka, yeah.
Shakalaka.
Meant to be a little bit hot.
It's cold.
No, I mean spicy.
Oh, I like spicy food. That's really good. I like just fry her. That's good. I can eat that. I like spicy food.
Jouelzy enjoying her steak.
Am I sexy?
I'm very sexy.
It's good. Pop
It?
isn't bad. It doesn't taste like anything.
But it doesn't taste like fufu.
No. You were correct.
And that's our meal almost done.
Yeah, chicken. I'm not a dark meat eater.
But that's what you're eating.
You can just pick the chicken up right now. We're not gonna eat the chicken.
Flowers in my heart, ladybirds on my window.
They have a Mugabe shirt. He's smoking a blunt. I'm from Houston, Texas. Yes.
And how are the marijuana?
How are the what?
Marijuana laws in your state?
It depends on what state you live in. It's
Orange sky. I wanna go high.
We're in Maboneng, which happens to have a lot of artwork out here. You can see it behind me. There's so much art on the buildings. It's like the hipster part. This feels like Liberty. Is it Liberty City in Philadelphia? Johannesburg is giving a lot of Philly vibes, really. Even the way people dress out here. But it's Saturday, so the market's not open, but usually there's a market somewhere right around here. So tomorrow will be a lot more people, but I'll be in Cape Town tomorrow, so. Shop, shop. Don't you go up to the kids? Shop, shop. Shop, shop. Shop, shop. Right? The kids, you do shop, shop. Yes. They talk to you. Yes. Come on, you gotta shop, 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 shop. At a wedding station in Philadelphia. I keep telling you, JoBurg is like Philly, except for warmer weather. Oh, paella. It's a Persian cordial. What flavor did you get? Chocolate crush. What you got? Mixed berry.
I played with some header as well earlier last year with a guy. I didn't see anything.
Yeah, I've been blogging for a while and I always had like a small following. But I started the YouTube thing because I wanted free weed. And it's been an evolution. So I started with weaves and got a natural hair and then so for a little bit more context, I did the video with another blogger, Evelyn from the internet. She's a Kenyan American. Now, I think I've come to a better understanding because I live in Houston and I've been kind of forced into it. And I read Americana and, you know, all these other things. So you kind of get a different perspective, but I think the conversation still hasn't, we didn't really touch, I think we just cracked the surface. You know, I feel like it's ever evolving, especially as the landscape changes and there's a more diverse audience, right? You know, when other African ethnicities are coming into the country, you know. I think there's just, and it's for me, my biggest takeaway is that it's a very different experience depending on where you're coming from. I don't feel that like an East African is going to have.
So kind of transition to your whole smart brown girls movement. Like, what made you start that, and what is a smart brown girl?
Okay, so I was doing natural hair tutorials and I have very, very textured hair. I started doing videos about my hair texture because I felt like there was nobody else in the landscape that was doing pretty videos with my hair texture. They would be in the bathroom, it'd be on my iPhone like this with 5 kids in the background. They would have like 10-minute intro. And there was just nobody, you know, like Mahogany Curls and My Natural Sisters and Natural 85. We're doing these beautiful video community around showcasing the full breadth of diversity of natural hair versus skewing it so far to the curly side of the spectrum. And what I got in turn was companies sending me product, but I wasn't getting the same opportunity, but I was putting in 3 times the work. And I was just like, you know, I wanted to do things to my hair and I couldn't because I didn't think about my audience, and that was frustrating. Then I wanted to talk about more intelligent issues, and I just like, beauty is just so shocked. Like, I was trying to get into a top 10 MBA. So in America, it's a big deal as a black person to go to a top 10 MBA program. But there's programs there that literally, like the talented tech mentality is real big. Like the top 10 of the community, if they like fit into a certain mold and they excel, that'll trickle down to the rest of the community. And so there's these programs that like really kind of shape you down and fit you perfectly into this box to get you into school. And I had a really hard time with the people in the program. Like, people were just so mean to me as I went through the interviews. I was constantly being told that I needed to, you know, scale back, and I needed to do these things if I wanted to succeed in the world. And I'm like, but what am I doing this for? Like, who am I doing this for? This is not going to make me happy. And I really don't think I'm a bad person. A lot of things people want me to change. I'm unwilling to change. And I feel like this is a very
significant experience for black women. I don't feel like my white or lesser melanin peers go through this. Because I would go to interviews and I would see a white boy come in with like khakis and a polo and be chill and sit there talking about golfing, and it was fine. But you know, you come in and you don't fit a mold that's already been seen as successful, and people just don't know what to do with you because you're black. And so that kind of paired with the natural hair experience, I was like, I don't think there's anyone really telling black women that it's okay to be themselves. We're told it's okay to be ourselves if, you know, we're like this other person who's already been successful. Like, if you've been into the Oprah mold, or you've been into the corporate black woman mold, or you've been into a it's like we have boxes. And when people meet me, they're so off-put because, like, it's clear that I'm intelligent, I educate, but I talk with a lot of slang terms. It's just like, well, why do you talk like that? Well, why not? Because I speak in full sentences, I'm using my words properly. What's your problem with it? And I want to encourage women to just be comfortable in their skin without other people feeling threatened, because I feel like we just water ourselves down so much so that somebody else doesn't feel threatened by us. Like, I have a polarizing personality, not because I just do anything, but I just generally do not care about other people's opinions of me. Just say, okay girl, be blessed. And so, but it's just people don't know what to do with it. It really is, and so that's kind of the root of Smart Brown Girl, and I called it brown instead of black. Because I'm light-skinned, if you haven't noticed. Some people are always, well, before I moved to Houston, because now in Houston everybody thinks I'm Nigerian, but before I moved to Houston, everyone used to question whether I was black or not. It's weird how I went from being black to African. I don't know how not being black to African. But before Houston, people would always be like, you're not black, you're mixed with something else. You know, in school, it was a big, but I got teased by a Nigerian girl in school about not being black. See how the world comes around? And it was just like, people were always questioning my blackness, and my retort was always like, well, if you pull out a black crown, you're not black either. We're brown. One. Like, if we're really gonna break down this skin thing. And I just didn't want to have this conversation where people were trying to define what was black and what was not, because it's no clear definition of it. And if I wanted to embrace certain women, I wanted to have that right to embrace these women without it becoming an issue of people feeling like they were not black enough.
Let's get your hair done by Fortunate. We read about that. But what do you think about JoBurg? I know you're heading off to Cape Town soon. Just some of your thoughts on that period.
Well, I definitely like Zimbabwean games, but I did it before I got here. So I enjoyed it. Fortunate was Zimbabwean, her name was Fortunate. The other girl's name was Mona Lisa, so I enjoy asking my way with the names on. I went to the Cliptown Youth Program yesterday, and I donated. That was definitely a highlight, just because, you know, South Africans are very positive people. Americans are definitely cynics. We have the right to complain about everything, and we take that right to full consideration. America, you know, because it's just weird to be like, apartheid ended like 20 years ago. Like, y'all put it into a museum and forgave everybody. Like, that's it. You know, and like, I'm in Cliptown, and these people have like a porta potty for like 16 families, and they're just very, very happy. You go to the housing projects in America, and it's not positive, you know? Like, it's depressing to me because I don't feel like anyone should ever have to live like that, but it wasn't a depressing natural hair. But it really, the do's and don'ts, you have to start. KimbyTube has an awesome video and blog about picking your hair care for your lifestyle. So are you a high maintenance, where you want to grow your hair really long because you're wearing a protective style and do a lot of tedious work to maintain and retain length? Are you medium style, where you want healthy hair but you also want to play with it and style it? Or are you low maintenance, where you just want to do all sorts of funky ish to your hair and if it falls out, whatever. You know, and you have to pick. There's no broad do's or don'ts. What works for me might not work for you. You know, and so it's just, and then we have to think about what is your aesthetic. How do you want to look? We have Jim Crow in America, which were laws that segregated blacks from whites, but it wasn't nearly as intricate as the laws here. And so, well, you hear about Jim Crow, and it's like my dad lived through that. You know, Martin Luther King was of my parents' era. And so you watch the old videos, and you hear from it from your parents. But, you know, to know that people in my age group are living through something like that in this era. You know, we had a movie in a Broadway play called Serafina, which was about, you know, based on the school uprisings. And so, you know, as a Oprah talked about it, so we all knew about it. So I always felt like there's a certain connection between South Africans and African Americans because we do have a very similar kind of racially divided experience. So I didn't have a negative perception. I actually supposed to have a friend come with me, and she canceled coming. Well, she's here today, but she didn't come because her friends told her that, you know, Johannesburg is like America, and all you're gonna see is like white people and giraffes. So, and that's a really common mindset amongst, because we have so many West Africans, and it's like there's this amongst the Africa, sub-Saharan Africa. Y'all have beef with y'all fellow Africans who think y'all are not African, and so I've heard that. But as an American, I didn't have a lot of negative perceptions towards South Africa, because Africans tell me that Americans are too race focused, but that's what most of the world thinks of us anyway. So I don't, you know, I thought it was odd for South Africa to be telling me that though, because I'm like, well, you know, Johannesburg is a tourist. I feel like I'm only having a tourist experience. I feel like if I went maybe a little further out, like you can't convince me that just 20 years ago that y'all have wiped away all the aspects of apartheid. Like, the tourism does a really good job of making you think it doesn't exist anymore. And I feel like some people in this city have
with us today, and you paid for this ticket. Like, we really appreciate each and every one of you, and really thank you for your support. So,
And we'll see you enjoy the rest of your week. My natural hair meetup was awesome. Hi. Hi. Everybody's shorter than me here. Hello to the ground. Hello. Ruto sponsored the meet and greet. Hi. South Africa. It's a Nigerian-owned business by lady back here in the pink doing the business. I don't know where she is. Everyone here is so little. I'm like a big giant. She owns Ruto, so they came to support. So awesome. It's all possible. Thank you so much.
The vlogging, but my event was a great success today. I am so happy with it. We went out to dinner after with the lady whose cottage in the back of her house I'm staying at. I forgot to actually like show you guys around. It's a mess right now. And it's dark, but maybe in the morning before I get on the plane to go to Cape Town, I will show you. I'm a little nervous about this flight because I booked like one of those cheap flights through Kulula. It's like, you know, you get on those discount airlines, they want to upcharge you for everything. So we'll see, girl. I read the fine print. It says I could check a bag. So we don't know, girl. We don't know. I'm just a little nervous about it. And I gotta leave early, so I'm hoping Uber is out 6 o'clock on a Sunday morning in Johannesburg. But Johannesburg really is a suburban town. Shit be shutting down at like 6 o'clock and opening up at 9 a.m. So there's that. But these last 2 days in Johannesburg have been pretty awesome. I really enjoyed going to Kliptown in Soweto, and I really enjoyed my meet and greet. My audience out here is awesome, baseballs. They made my day. I feel so special. Thank you, guys. Yeah, now for Cape Town. We can get that together. It's super exciting. I'm gonna watch this. I wanted to go out tonight, even though I have to be up at 6 a.m. But no one's replying to my text messages. So I think I'm just gonna take a hint, and it's midnight. I'm gonna go to bed. And just, you know, refresh myself in Cape Town tomorrow. Good night. Cape Town. I'm leaving Johannesburg. Let me show you the room I stayed in real quick. It's a little messy now. But bedroom, there's a really pretty garden outside, and her house back there is nice. I'll walk outside and show you. Little kitchenette area. She's really into art, so that's a Basquiat poster, and she has a lot of South African art. The bathroom. Sun is very cute. Boom, boom, boom. Can't you see the hill?
Yeah. Texas. Oh, okay. Yeah. That is my phone. So can I call you from Texas using my phone?